I have always been intrigued by the scribbly gums ever since I was a small child. The secretive type, sort of coded scripture, and or perhaps a nature's graffiti, which I've liked to call it. My name's Amanda Laing, and my art today that I've installed is called Graffiti Cocoons. With my practice, I'm really interested in both how you experience making art and also observing it. Both the neurological and the somatic, our body and our mind are really connected. And I also think being out in nature, amongst nature, it's a very similar experience. So for me, this project was a coming together of the two most important things that I suppose are quite important to me creatively. I think it's something that most people know about the scribbly gum. I certainly did, but what I didn't really know and what I wanted to highlight in this sculpture were the life cycle and the moth, which is a really tiny, I think it's only about 5 millimetres big, beautiful, has gorgeous designs on its wings as well. And this whole life cycle occurs underneath the bark. So the moth comes in, lays the egg, and it's the larvae that we all know that feed off the tree and make those beautiful marks. They're quite a way up in the scribbly gums, both of the cocoons. And there was a bit of a trip. It came from Brisbane and it was all ready and shipped and on the road. And you had a whole lot of wet weather on the weekend prior to delivery. So I did arrive on the day and it wasn't here. And at the 11th hour it arrived, so the arborist could get it up in the trees. So someone definitely was looking after me. I tend to, with my practice, I love to experiment with different materials, and milk bottles plastic is just something that I stumbled across a couple of years ago. It's a readily available material, and it's actually quite lovely to work with. You can cut it down, you can sew it together. Milk bottles are on a closed loop recycle, they are recycled. However, I think there's only a very small percentage of our plastics are still recycled. And I think there's probably a lot more we could actually do with our plastics as well. The other materials I used were end-of-line textile books. So I've used their textile material samples for the sewn-on details fabrics. The main cocoons are made out of tulle. I wanted to really highlight I suppose the invisibility of the moth and the tiny creatures that create such beautiful marks, but also perhaps the fragility of our natural world up against the amount of waste that we do produce. So, yeah.